Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to share with you this neat little AI tool that a friend of mine created. It's Naria AI, and what it does is it lets you produce children's stories. So it'll produce a picture book with the illustrations and the story in a couple of quick steps. So if we have a scroll down, we can see that all you need to do is select a character, and they have a pretty big selection. You craft the story, so give it some prompts and suggestions for the story, and it will create a little picture book for you. So it's digital, but you can also then pay and have it printed out as a physical book. So this is a pretty cool application of AI, being able to produce something that is pretty unique that you can share with your kids. Okay, so our first step is to create a character. And from the looks of it, once you've created your character, you can actually use it in multiple stories. So this is quite nice. Maybe you create a character that is meaningful to your child, and then you can keep producing different stories. So let's give it a name, description, illustration. When we click into the box, we get some different suggestions here as well. So maybe we'll just go with one of those. So I ended up naming my character Ruby Whiskers, and so we've then going to put in a description. We've got some suggestions here, so we can use those or come up with some of our own. Okay, so I gave it a brief description, included a blue gown and kind of humanoid cat. We can see that it came up with the suggested one is pretty good. The others focused a bit much on the cat, but that's okay. We've got one that looks like we can use it, so click OK there. And after a little bit of processing, we'd selected our image. Now it gives us a quite nice description, personality, backstory. All of that looks pretty good. We can click in, edit it, or use the assistant, but I think we will just leave it as is. We can click to get new suggestions here as well, but we're going to save and continue. So we've finalized our character. We can now create a story for Ruby Whiskers. So for the next step, creating a story. So what is the story about? We can put in sentences, phrases, words, or even emojis. And we've got a couple of suggestions here. Just going to go with one of these suggestions. So maybe we'll go with the Enchanted Adventure. We'll hit create. Certainly, I think if you were trying to make this more specific to whoever you were producing this for, then you could create stories around things in your own life and things that you know that the child would like. So based on what we gave it, which was just that pretty brief suggestion, it's given us a little summary, target audience, setting, vibe, and lesson. All of that sounds pretty reasonable, so we'll hit begin story. So I did a little bit of processing, and it is trying to both write and create images. It's given us a few different suggestions here. We can move the text around, we can edit the text, we can change the illustrations. We can see that it's started off here, and so we can see what happens next. And again, if we want to do this quite quickly, maybe we'll find a hidden treasure, but we can suggest the next step in the story, create another page, and we can keep going with this until we're happy with where the story gets to. So we can continue to add pages. We can also create a front cover, so we can add some details in there, choose the illustration, and then if we like, we can have a dedication, we can have a back cover, and then there is the publish and print. So if we go next, so once we've completed a front and back cover, I did end up giving it a title. You get a little checklist, then when it's ready we can hit publish. Creates it as a digital book, so we can just click read story to be able to flick through it. We've also got the option there of being able to print the book as well. We can also use the share button to be able to share just the story itself with someone as well. So this is a really neat little tool. I'm sure that if you put the effort into creating something that you really loved, then being able to print it out, have your own physical copy of the book is pretty neat. And this is definitely a really nice and fairly unique application of AI into something where you're going to end up with something in the real world, so a physical item attached to what you've done. Hopefully this has been interesting for you. I'll be back soon with more videos about stats, R, research, AI, and random stuff.